Hey guys, this is Virgil at Maker of Many Things coming at you again. Today I'm doing something a little different than normal. I'm reviewing a Magnum pellet gun, the Gamo Swarm Magnum 22 caliber Gen 2, the first one here. And this is my pellet guns I have here. I have the Gamo Swarm Magnum 22, there's just a Gamo Swarm 22, Benjamin Trail 22, and the Hatsan 135 25 caliber pellet gun. And the hot and the first one here, the Gamo Magnum, is a beast. That thing has a lot of power, and it's like 50 pounds of cocking force. It is a hoss. So what I've done today is I've set up a course, and I'm going to have a target set up at 20, 40, 50, and 60 yards to see the power of this Gamo Magnum here in the 22. Set some pellets out right here. I'm going to be using these on my 22 calibers. Okay, it's just a easy to get pointed 14.3 grain pellet, and on a 25, the closest I can come to it in weight wise is going to be the 19.91 grain. So I'm going to do a contest to see which one can penetrate the furthest through wet 3/4 inch plywood and dry 3/4 inch plywood. But first, what we're going to do is I want to take this Gamo Swarm Magnum in 22 caliber here, and I'm going to show you the little range I have set up in just a second. What I have here is a bunch of Arizona giant like iced tea cans, and I have them filled with water like all the way up to the top, so it'll have a maximum ballistic like results. It's not nothing scientific. I just want to see the difference in the power from 20 yards to 40 yards to 50 yards and 60 yards with the Gamo Magnum. Okay, just to see what this thing can do. It is the most powerful pellet gun I've ever shot. I mean, you're gonna have, if you want more powerful than this, you're gonna have to go to a PCP, and a nice one too. So at 25 yards, this is my grouping. I just got the gun. Okay, this is my finger right here. I don't have a tape measure, but it's this very tight group, and I just don't even really have the scope dialed in like really well, but I'm pretty pleased with that. So what I want to do is I'm going to step back and shoot these at these ranges here. I have a little rangefinder here. I'm going to drag it out of my pocket. It's a really nice little rangefinder for y'all if y'all want to check them out. They're really decent. Everything's mapped out perfect, the places and locations to shoot these pellet guns so we can get a fair fight. But I'm really interested to see the difference in the energy from 20, 40, 50, and 60 yards. So what I'm going to do is I want to set the tripod up here, and I'm going to go back and start with 20 yards first. 20 yards first. Then I'm going to go to the next one, the next one, the next one. And I'm all using the 14.3 Crosman pointed pellets. Okay? Hang on. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, this is my dry 3/4 inch plywood. And I want to check the penetration on that. No other pellet gun I've ever have will shoot through a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. We'll see what happens with the Gamo Magnum. And here's some wet plywood I've tried with other pellet guns. You can see this would be like the Trail and the Gamo Swarm. It'll sink them pretty decent, but it's not, I'm not pleased with that. We're gonna see what'll happen with the Gamo Swarm Magnum. Hang on. Gamo Magnum. 40 yards, Gamo magnum. $50 Gamo magnum. $60. All right. Can't wait to look at that footage. Whew, had to run back, guys. All right. I shot them. Hit every one of them. Whoa, look at this one. That was at 50 yards. I don't know, maybe, I think it was 50. Yeah. 50 or 60. This might have been a 60 that fell down here like that. Yeah, that was a 60-yard shot. You know, that'll leave a mark. Here's the 50. Ooh wee. Nice. Weird. There's the entry. And there's the exit. Kind of counter thought. Figured it'd be the opposite. Still, 50 yards. That's pretty good. Sorry about my breath, guys. Whew. Here's 40. Oh, a little low. Pretty good still. And the 20 yards. Yeah. Yeah. I need to redo this, I think. I mean, they all look pretty much the same. Let me put them side by side. Okay. Look at that. 20 yards, 40, 50, and 60. This holding some pretty good energy. Gamo claims it has 41 foot-pounds of energy with a 15.34 grain, traveling at 1,100 feet a second. I personally don't believe those numbers. I'm going to get a chronograph and see, and I'll make a video about that. So now, I'm pretty pleased, you know, with the performance of that. You know, going from 20 to 60 yards, that's a long way. I don't know if you can tell, but it's way back to the fence line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put you back in the holder, and we're going to do a plywood test. Dry wood first, and then wet wood. Hang on. All right, these shots will be made from about 10 feet with the Gamo Magnum 22. Dang, it's a beast. All right, dry wood first. Wow. My scope is not sighted in for that close, but let me get over here so I can see what you're looking at. Hit a little low, but came through, busted out pretty good. I mean, it's just right there. If I was a little closer or hit a little different, it'd probably be a different story. So let's hit it again and see what happens. Just for the giggles. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Hit it right there. Blew the whole back out. Definite pass through. No problem. Let's try it with some wet wood. Let me get you sighted in on that. Okay. Yeah, this wood's been outside for probably 5 months. Let's give it a shot from about 10 feet. Sounds promising. Let's go look and see. Oh yeah. Let me bring you in. Hit right there. Right. Sorry guys, right there. Let me spin it around. You can see the pellet. You can see it right there. Oh, here it is. Shit, my bad. Right there, see it? Barely. I could probably just pluck it out. Yep, it just fell right out. So, I don't know if it's harder shooting through wet plywood or dry, but the Magnum Swarm is very strong in 22. So hang on. So now, we're going to use the Hatsan 135 25 caliber, okay, and we're going to do it on a dry wood test and the wet wood test, plywood, and a 19.91 grain H&N Field and Trophy. Yeah, it's considerably less resistant than the Gamo Magnum caulking effort. All right, dry wood first. Let's see if I can hit it here. Yeah. Let me see. Yep. Well, a little low, but it's not sighted in for this close to range. I'm gonna go ahead and crack it. And do the wet wood also. And I'll bring y'all in for a close-up. I'm really spoiled with that swarm mechanism. That's pretty sweet. All right, here we go. All right. It's a nice little chunk of lead flying out these pellet guns. All right, let's go over there to it and look. All right, so I hit the Hatsan right there. Let's spin it over. It tried. It bulged it out. I'll try again, I guess, because I gave the Gamo a second shot. But here's the wet one right here at the Hatsan, right there. Let's spin it around. Nothing. Okay, but I'll shoot it twice just to be a fair game like I did with the Gamo. Hang on. All right, here's round 2 on the dry plywood with the Hatsan 25 caliber. Smacked it pretty good. Still nothing. I mean, it's gave a run for its money, but still, it's like right there. Kind of bulged it out a little bit. Still nothing. No complete pass through. Let's try the wet one more time, and then I'll give you some final thoughts about that Gamo wet 3/4 inch plywood coming up. That's a nice smack it gives, I can tell you that. It's nice and hearty. Oh wow, I can see the pellet. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the lead. I don't know if you can, but yeah, it tried a little bit, but I don't know. All right, I'll get back with you. So we saw what the Hatsan 25 caliber can do. Not bad. I was, expecting a little bit better results. If you're going to get you a pellet gun and you want to have some penetration power and just long range, pretty accurate shots, I mean, if those were, game, something for food, those would have been probably headshots at the 60 yard even. And we'd been eating something at least. So I was using the very lightest pellet I could find besides PBA. And I got some of those coming, but if you want a pellet gun, I highly recommend the Gamo Swarm Magnum in the 22 caliber. This is the Gen 2. It is a beast. I have never had a pellet gun that was a break barrel go through 3/4 inch plywood. And it's pretty amazing. So if you can find them, go for it. They're extremely hard to find. I actually went to Gamo USA and bought this one. I kind of got hosed a little bit. It was $3.29, but they had it in stock. They're the only people that have it in stock. This guy on Amazon was selling one of these for $457, and someone bought it. It is gone now. I'm just astonished. But anyway, they have them there. If you can hold off, yeah, go for it. But everything that's going on with the gun world right now, you can put food on your table with that rifle right there. It's no joke. It's up there in PCP territory as far as power, and I really like my purchase. So this is Virgil signing off at Make It Many Things. Leave me some comments and share and like this video, because if you don't like it, Google will give me a thumbs down, and who wants that? Especially if it's not your opinion. They just give you a thumbs down for you. So helps my algorithms and things like that. So I appreciate everyone watching this, and be safe out there, and happy plinking.